never use. So
what do you mean by that? They're consuming information, but they're never applying it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're either a consumer, a producer, or an investor. And I'm all three. I consume it, I produce on it, and then I invest in it. When I started a Twitter account, I had no followers. When I started a Facebook account, no followers. I was my first follower. When I started an Instagram account, no followers. I didn't know how to post video. I didn't know how to take a selfie. I didn't know how to do any of this. But I did have a commitment to growing my finances. And if you want to grow your finances, attention is the gateway. You want to go to heaven? Who wants to go to heaven? You got to die. I'm just telling you, man, you got to die to go to the heaven. And most people don't want to die. They want to go to heaven, but they don't want to die. Most people want money, but they're not willing to get the attention. They're not willing to do what it takes to get the attention, including spending money. And I would just tell you this, if you want to change your financial condition, the first thing you need to do is go out and market in the marketplace so that you can create a lead and not worry about whether there's ROI or not. It's so stupid that people are like, what's the ROI? Dude, what's the ROI if nobody knows you? Okay, what's the ROI if I don't know your name, don't know your company, don't know what you do, don't know your service, don't know your product, don't know where you're located? What is the ROI, okay? Best product does not win today. The best known product wins. You think Starbucks sells the best coffee? Please, it's nasty. Okay, but it's close. And I know what I'm getting when I get there. McDonald's, they don't sell the best hamburger. Close and available.
You need to think way bigger than you're thinking. I started in the apartment game 25 years ago in San Diego, California. My first deal I ever bought was 1 unit.
This little yellow house that I paid $78,000 for, by the way, all this landscaping, that's one of the things I'm known for. I'm like, I'm putting trees up there because that's going to give me some extra rent. It didn't, by the way.
My next deal was 38 units. Okay, it was easier buying 38 units than it was one. The only difference was to think. I had to think different. Got to make a few more phone calls, but the play is bigger, right? The reason so many real estate people are like marginal people, no offense. Raise your hand if you're marginal.
They left on day
Raise
one.
your hand if you're a liar. look, man, I'm marginal compared to my potential. The fact that there's people in this room that don't know me. I've written 7 books, 13 best-selling business programs. I'm probably the top 1 or 2, maybe 3 social media people in the world, 7 million people on Facebook. But 7 million people on Facebook is nothing compared to 7 billion people in the world.
Problems are opportunities. The bigger the problems, if you could look for the giant problems on this planet and quit complaining about them, right? And quit blaming somebody about them and say, man, what if I took responsibility for that problem? Because there is money in solving problems. You solve a problem, you'll end up with money. And the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you end up with.
First 35, 40 years of my life, I was being held back by what I knew, what I thought was the truth. It wasn't the truth. These people and companies that are buying private jets, that are hooking up with whoever they want, when they want, that are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on connections and speed and access. Dude, look, what are they doing, man? What are they doing? Okay? They're doing something different than you and I were taught to do. The school systems don't teach you this. Your mama didn't teach you this. Your daddy didn't teach you this. Your family doesn't know this, right? So you got to go outside your circle of influence and look around. 12, 14 million, 6 million, 4 million. It's all over the place. And a little guy right here got the big jet on the tarmac. How's a little guy like me end up making it all the way up the food chain? Because I studied those guys.